kind of buzz from the first movie, and they did it with the Blair Witch 2. And so what they did was the movie started out with like the news footage on the Blair Witch, and so the Blair Witch was a phenomenon in this universe. So it was a true sequel to Blair Witch, but they did the Secret of S. Rever, where they had clues throughout the entire movie. So then if you solve the Secret of S. Rever, which means seek me further and the children will again walk free, I believe was the Secret of S. Rever, because if you solve the clues in the movie, that showed that the Blair Witch would release the souls of the dead children to torment the main characters of the movie for all of eternity. And so that was the original concept for Blair Witch 2. And then the studio was like, nah, nobody's gonna go see that unless we make it a standard paint by numbers, crappy horror sequel. And it's just unfortunate and nobody ever says that because nobody knows the true story. But that was the original intent behind Blair Witch 2, and the studio bastardized it. But hey, it wouldn't be the first time that a studio ruined a perfectly good horror film.
What's another?
Alien 3, I would say. And the thing is, I still think the theatrical version of Alien 3 is great. But the studio got involved and just was terrible. Another one, Halloween 6.
No, yeah.
Halloween 5, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Halloween 5 was rushed into production without a complete script.
Yeah.
So many of these movies were, but, you get movies that were made by the studio for money. They didn't have a complete script. The director, especially if the director had a vision, that's just like, screw you. We're not doing your vision. We're doing what we want because we think it's going to sell. Well,
and
the problem is, when a movie is allowed to take risks, think of the original Alien, think of the Blair Witch Project, think of Paranormal Activity, think of Saw. When a movie's allowed to take risks, they are popular.
Yeah.
The original Alien or Star Wars couldn't get made today. And if you compare, like, the original Alien or Aliens, the directors, the studio didn't think sci-fi was very bankable. So they just let the directors, James Cameron and Ridley Scott, do whatever they wanted with it. They're like, sure, do whatever. And then when they became very popular, they said, all right, Alien 3, we're not going to let the director, who is amazing, David Fincher, we're not going to let him do what he wants. We're just going to kind of tell him what to do. Well, the whole point of a director is to direct. And David Fincher's directed masterpieces. I mean, we're talking Seven, Gone Girl, Panic Room, Fight Club. He's directed masterpieces. And he's a director's director because he's a director where the audiences can like his movies and the directors respect him as a director, and so they look to him for the pointers. So that's the director's director. But the thing is, if David Fincher had been allowed to, follow his gut instinct, Alien 3 would have been a very different film. And I still do think it's a good film. I think it's very underrated. But the point is, the studio got involved and it wasn't as great as it could have been. The assembly cut has a lot of things that are better than the theatrical version of Alien 3. I prefer the theatrical version for a few reasons, but the assembly cut overall, I think, is a more cohesive film.
Yeah.
So now that we're about 2 minutes in, say hi, Troy.
Hi.
Say hi, Lane.
What's up?
And it's me. If you read the title of the video, you know what's going on. What are we doing, boys?
Force Friday.
It's Force Friday.
Technically Force Thursday at the moment because it's 11:47.
Yeah.
True.
Force Thursday.
Force Thursday, not Force Friday.
Thursday.
The Dark Side Thursday. Yeah, I'm sorry. There was just kind of an awkward silence after that, like, aha!
There was an amazing awkward silence.
That lasted for like 3 seconds. Like,
We're known,
aha, funny!
we're known for our awkward
Funny
silence.
joke?
Not really. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
So, okay, you know, if Yoda retired from the Force and became a comedian, what kind of jokes would Yoda tell?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not going to be like Jeff Foxworthy. You know you are redneck if you are.
Hey, where are we going, by the way? Toys R Us?
Yeah, Toys R Us.
Okay, just make sure.
Yes. Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
Yeah.
So Yoda says, ahem, where does Vader buy his designer shoes?
I'm not sure.
Where?
At the Darth Maul.
That's not funny.
What is a Jedi's favorite Italian dessert?
I'm not sure.
Obi-Wan cannoli. So let's see. There are other ones out there. This was from a video that Game Grumps did one time. There are a bunch of other Star Wars puns that are just terrible.
So, based on the Star Wars puns and us talking about a thing called Force Friday. You should guess what Force Friday is about.
Force Friday is when you go out at an unreasonably late hour to go buy cheap Star Wars stuff, or cheaper. I don't know if I would say cheap, because those Black Series figures are ridiculous.
That's true, they are. They're 20 bucks a piece.
You know...
They're 20 bucks. Oh, yeah, they are. Black
so
Series.
you'll want to get 4. Uh-oh. That's 80 bucks. Just for 4.
Just for 4.
See,
I'll just buy a little action figure, and I'll be good.
Depends on the
Why
figure.
can't they sell highly articulated action figures for cheap? 20
That's
bucks?
what they used to do.
Well, thing is, 5 points of articulation is my mortal enemy. I don't know if anyone has ever heard about the 5 points of articulation. Lane, have you ever heard me rant about the 5 points of articulation?
Would you like us to do that? 5 points of articulation.
Go! 5 points of articulation sucks because, you know what? If you want to pose your action figures, like suppose you want to sit them in a chair, legs are straight, arms are straight. You can turn their head, you can move their arms, you can move their legs, but you can't do anything else with them. So if they're standing up, they're going to be like...
Quite literally, too.
Yeah, basically
You
like
do that with
an
them, but you
NES
can't do
video
anything
game
else.
character.
Basically, like, you know, John McClane walked in the Die Hard video game, walked like he had a hurt leg or something.
Well,
it was ridiculous, but, you know, those video games... Like, seriously, what is this, the 70s? 5 points of articulation figures? I can't believe they're still as popular as they are now. Look, I know the crutch is they're cheap, but if you're going to be selling them... They're made for kids. But if you're going to be selling them at ridiculous prices, why? And there are people like me who would like to get some cheaper figures, but like to have some actual articulation.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't just add, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 more points of articulation and we'll call it good. But 5 points of articulation? I mean, say, 4 or 5 more points of articulation. Would it really cost them that much more just to do some basic articulation?
well,
Really?
you know the 3.7...
Have you seen some of the Marvel figures they make?
Yep.
A lot of...
Well, you
them are
remember...
little,
You remember back in the day, Spider-Man 3, when they came out, they had highly articulated action figures. Those were only like 10 bucks each, and they were legitimately, they were good-looking figures. Like, they looked like collector's figures, but they were highly articulated, and that was just your regular action figure for under 10 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
They had some really good stuff for Spider-Man 3. The thing is, Spider-Man 3 was not a very good movie. It
had its moments.
It had its moments.
It had its moments. That's a dead animal. Hi, dead animal.
It was an open takeout box, but anyway,
I've been to Toys R Us for a
Spider-Man-
long time. I want to see if the dog alien from Alien 3. That's my favorite xenomorph, by the way. You want to talk about a deadly fucking xenomorph?
Oh, yeah.
Dog alien from Alien 3. That's, I think, one of the biggest strengths of Alien 3 was the dog alien.
It
Ran on all fours, went fast. It was the only xenomorph that could spit acid. That was
Oh, yeah, I
fucking scary as hell.
remember.
Just right onto that guy's face. And, oh, I didn't know you were taping. Hi.
I am typing.
This is Troy again, talking about the Xenomorph from Alien 3, which I think is still an underrated movie, but
Okay,
the Xenomorph.
something I must say about this. Every time we get onto a subject, we never stay on subject, do we, Troy? I mean, first it's Star Wars, then we're going on about aliens, then movies that we think could have been better, or something the studio shouldn't have messed with, and etc.
And this is Force Thursday, because at the moment it's only 11:55 on Thursday,
Nice.
September 29th, so Force Thursday.
Yep.
There's the hotel my mom used to work at. Got arrested.
Your mom got
Gotta
arrested?
be the most screwed up segue into a story ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
I can make fun of it now.
I remember that place is the place that got held hostage.
Yep.
Although there was a frying pan on 12th Street, that place apparently got held hostage with a gunman.
It did.
It did.
Me
I
and
don't
him remember.
when that happened, but I was out of town at the time. I didn't move here until 4th grade.
Where'd you go?
Where I was born, I'm from Northwest Iowa.
Okay.
And then so I moved, I was born in Storm Lake, Iowa. I lived in Orillia, Iowa, and Storm Lake, an area of Storm Lake called Lakeside.
There we go.
And then, so I would move to Pella, Iowa, which is a Dutch community, and if you're not Dutch, you are not going to have a good time in Pella, Iowa. 'cause
I am not
they
Dutch.
are bastards in Pella, Iowa, if you're not Dutch. So anyway, then we moved to Norfolk, Nebraska, where I lived there for, I think, 5 or 6 years, and then we moved up here, and I've been here ever since. But I'm from Northwest Iowa. I'm not a fan of Northwest Iowa. I'll only go back to visit family, but I just... Have you been to Sioux City? That is the Gotham City of Northwest Iowa.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's
What's the Gotham City of America in general?
Detroit.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Chicago, come on.
Gotham City in the original 1989 Batman looked just decrepit, and that's why I don't like how on the Dark Knight you could tell it's obviously just Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, hey, that's Chicago. But like Gotham City in the original Tim Burton Batman, like you can see the buildings don't look like that of a regular skyline. They look very unique, and that was.
They
like,
look unique and they look gothic.
One of the things that I noticed the last time I watched,
Which is what I
Batman,
like about Tim Burton movies.
the I don't know if you noticed the cathedral in the 1989 Batman, but when Batman walks in there's cobwebs all over the pews.
Yep.
But the great thing about that is, nobody's going to a church, it's Gotham City. And that was just such a subtle touch. They didn't need to hammer it into your head, but it was a subtle touch. And that's one of the reasons why I like 89 Batman the best, because it painted Gotham City as a bleak place full of despair. They even said, there was a scene where Jack Napier, the Joker, was... she says, but somebody was talking about, I don't remember, I haven't seen the movie enough times, but they said that this city is making it hard for decent people. Oh yeah, Harvey Dent, the district attorney, said the city is making it hard for decent people to live here. And Jack Napier was like, decent people shouldn't live here. It's Gotham City, so again, they'd be happier someplace else.
He's like, yeah, don't live in Gotham City.
It's Gotham City. That's why Batman was so necessary in the original. And then, like, if you watch like The Dark Knight, it's just it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a decent.
At least
city.
At least Batman Begins. Batman had a reason to be there.
Right.
Yeah. Batman Begins was good.
It was that problem with Terminator Salvation too, where it's like, future's not that bad. In the original two movies, there were like mountains of human skulls, and like there's no children because the children are all dead. And then in Salvation, it's like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
There's no mountains of human skulls in Salvation. I'm like, bombed out playgrounds, everything's covered in ashes of human ashes.
That's why I like Genesis, because it brought that back.
Right, that brought that grit back to the story. I haven't seen Genesis yet. I
It's a-
cruise with the storyline big time, so
Well, it's a good screw.
Right.
It is a good screw, because they leave out 3 and 4, and then just leave in Terminator 1
And
2,
2.
and then just leave it at that.
It's like the thing is, I normally don't like the retcon, but the thing is, 3 didn't really have a point to exist. I respect 3 because I know they were open at midnight.
Yeah. It's just a one-time.
It's just a one-time thing.
It was horrible.
12:01. It's officially 12:01 on Force Friday. 12:02 on Force Friday now.
12:02 on First Friday. Yay.
Force Friday. Is that a guy in a draft suit? Oh my God! Is that a guy in a draft suit?
Nice.
What is the purpose?
What is the purpose? It's purpose. It's a mascot.
I suppose, but shouldn't somebody be like dressed up in a Star Wars? I suppose they go up with Kylo Ren lightsaber.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Shit.
One will be good.
We certainly hope it will.
Well, it's a movie about rebels.
Stealing the plants of the Death Star. What could go wrong?
A lot of things could go wrong. Coffins may die.
Second Death Star.
Oh yeah.
Second Death.
Second Death Star.
My
Death
bad.
Star 2. Here's the thing.
Electric Boogaloo.
I just watched a video the other night talking about how they built Death Star 2 so quickly.
Was it on Star Wars Explained?
I think so.
I love that
But-
channel.
You might want to make sure that thing doesn't fly away. Fly away!
Let me get the screen up here.
All right. Death Star 2, I think, was built so quickly because they already got it right the first time.
Yep.
And they already had the design. Plus, it wasn't finished. True. So,
And
you know...
it looked scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I'm gonna blow up your.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Plus, the great thing about Death Star 2 was that it wasn't designed to blow up planets. The whole purpose of Death Star 2 was, and we don't know, for all we know, it could have been built the same time as the first Death Star. But the point is, Death Star 2 was literally only designed as a trap for the rebels.
It's a trap!
Designed to get them to Endor and then wipe out the rebel fleet, and that would be it for the rebellion. That was the whole point of Death Star 2. So people kind of tend to overlook. So for all we know, the rest of the Death Star could have been for show, and the only actual functioning rooms would have been, you know, like say the reactor, and we also can't forget the Emperor's throne room.
Yep.
Which I want a chair like that.
Well,
Where,
it
you know,
would be
spins
awesome to
around.
have it-
Hello, you. I was expecting you.
It would be awesome to have an awesome revolving chair from Star Wars.
And
It's just-
the Emperor's robe. It was I who invited you to my dinner party.
You did?
Why did you
oh, wait,
invite
you
me
did.
to your dinner party?
This is figurative. Like when I get a house and have the ridiculously large emperor's chair.
I swear to
It was
God.
I who invited you to my dinner party.
Troy, I can
dressed up in a Sith robe ridiculously.
Troy, I can imagine you remodeling your house.
Make it look like the
Make it look like the
Emperor's
Emperor's throne room.
I would want to have a house, but then again, this is the person who wants to have 2 secret passages in his house, like Clue.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be
Oh
awesome.
God.
Literally,
Clue
I would
the
be.
movie was amazing.
Okay, Clue the movie is my favorite movie. Like,
It is.
it is
Of
my
all
all-time
time.
favorite. I could literally quote you that entire movie. I love it. It's great. It's amazing, and that's so underrated too.
It
I don't
is.
think people really.
What is your
appreciate
favorite
it.
movie, Lane?
Oh, that's like asking me what my favorite porn stars.
Oh,
I don't know that porn. I don't know any porn stars.
I know a few.
sure you don't.
I actually don't.
I know a few. Not gonna
you know
lie.
a few?
It's
Wow.
like asking
Okay.
Gary Johnson what his favorite foreign leader is.
Oh my God.
Well, my answer to that is
but-
Benjamin Netanyahu.
But no, my favorite movie.
You know, I
of
know
all-
I'm not supposed to like Putin, but I kind of like Putin.
mainly
At
because
least
you can
he's a
make so much-
badass.
Well, yeah, he's a badass, but you can make so many fucking jokes out of his last name.
You really can. Putin on the Ritz.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
Putin on the shits.
but
oh boy.
oh man, my favorite
What is it?
movie. Oh man, my favorite movie. I gotta go with Ghostbusters.
Here, what you
Really?
gotta do? 84 Ghostbusters, right? Just
Yeah.
tape this intersection. There's literally 2 cars,
Yeah,
and we've been at this red light for probably a minute now. That's what I love about late night. This is 12:31 on Force Friday. Okay, so now 2 more.
And a semi. And now another.
12:31 on Force Friday, and we still have to wait through the lights, but there's nobody. Shouldn't it be like flashing reds or flashing yellow?
Exactly. What the fuck?
This is, look, I know Louise and 41st is a busy intersection during the day, but this is 12:32 on
Exactly.
Force Friday.
If you live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and you know what street we're talking about, you know what it's like. But look, it's past midnight. What the fuck?
It's empty. This is deserted.
well,
It's like any neighborhood in Detroit.
yeah.
Like, okay, when I was seeing the reviews for Don't Breathe, man, a whole neighborhood being abandoned, that's ridiculous. It's like, well,
actually-
you've clearly never been to Detroit, because there are literally entire neighborhoods that are completely abandoned.
I actually went and saw.
Don't breathe.
Don't Breathe.
Great movie.
It
Love
is actually a great movie.
I watched
and I
that
gave
movie
it
twice
so
in the
much
theaters.
shit.
Really?
When did you give it shit?
When did I give it shit? Whenever I saw a trailer of it on YouTube, I always thought, well, this is made by the guys who made the remake of Evil Dead. I bet it's gonna turn out great.
Yeah.
No, but no, it actually turned out pretty good.
Here's the thing.
It's got its suspense.
I always bitch about how modern horror movies don't have the originality. Well, there it is.
Well, there it is. Blind guy.
Blind
Yeah,
guy that's a
blind
psychopath.
guy.
It's literally the opposite of Wait Until Dark. So instead of the blind woman being terrorized by the 3 thieves, it's the 3 thieves being terrorized by the blind man.
Lane, I'm about to make you cry.
Damn. What is it?
When
Black Series helmet?
Yeah.
When I said I wanted it, now I have it. Oh, and they have a stormtrooper one.
A classic Stormtrooper helmet, none of that duck-looking new crap.
Yeah, Troy hates the First Order Stormtroopers.
I don't understand why they have to look like ducks. The originals actually look
'cause
like
it's from
cracked-
Disney.
We have I have a theory. You want to know how they aim so bad? Because the lenses, I actually saw a diagram of this, are like this.
Yeah, but the proportions were deliberately done wrong.
Yeah.
The actors would have to be able to see in order to work. Okay, so I used to work with my manager, Doug, at Copper Johnson. He said that the reason for it was because the Jedi made the myths, but they weren't always fighting Jedi. They were just fighting rebels half the time, so that
What do you
doesn't
want to get
hold
the
up.
camera off
So,
for?
that. $20.
Just looks full
His
on
face
420.
looks like he's stoned or drunk or both.
That doesn't look like
Something.
Oscar Isaac at all.
One eye is bigger than one pupil is dilated, and the other isn't really. It just looks. And he's got a weird 5 o'clock shadow. That, I mean, yeah, I know Poe Dameron kind of had a 5 o'clock shadow, but it just looks terrible. Only $20. That's the great thing about it. Only $20 for that.
Okay, so it's around. Is as the time states, it's 1:37. So it's going on 1:40. As you can see from a successful Force Friday, I actually bought some shit. So let me show this off. Now, I got most of this stuff at Toys R Us, where some of the vlog took place and the other parts of it took place at Walmart, as you've seen earlier. So, what did I get? Well, first of all, as soon as Toys R Us opened and we walked in the door, we got a free poster for the new Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. Sorry about the Rebel Alliance, guys. I already made my allegiance clear. Yeah, so I didn't buy this. I got this as a Christmas gift. So there's the poster. I'm just gonna make this simple. Just show. I'm not gonna explain what. I'm just gonna show off what I got, and I'm not gonna explain the majors. All right, you pretty much. Well, if you're out buying stuff right now, you pretty much know what's up. And also at Toys R Us, we got a free Pop Vinyl T-shirt. So that's cool. Let's see. I gotta check and see if that's extra large. Let's see. I did buy some 3.7s actually. Well, because there are two I had to have in my collection. As you can see, I got Sabine Wren and Jyn Erso from Rogue One and Star Wars Rebels. Alright, let's see there. Now the good stuff, the Black Series figures. Now, I actually asked one of the guys at Toys R Us to see if he can go in the back and see if he had any more because they were running out. First one, the new droid that's going to be featured in the movie, that's converted Imperial droid, the K.UP.S. That's what I believe they call it. Well, obviously that's what they call it because it says so right here. Let me focus this. Sorry, my camera's not picking up it's not picking up well, but that's what I get for using low light. So that's the first Black Series figure I got. The second one was the new Imperial Death Troopers that I got. I want to collect as many of these as I can because, well, they're basic soldiers and they're army builders. All right, let's see. Let's see the last two. I actually had the guy go in the back and get, which was Captain Cassian Andor. Which, I really didn't think about buying him, but I might as well. The one I was looking for, and there was one of these actually up on the shelf or whatever, but one guy grabbed it, and I was actually hoping that one guy in the back would go back and get it. And surprisingly enough, he actually did have it in the box. I got myself a Jyn Erso. Yay me! Alright, so that's all the shit I got for Force Friday, basically. And so for you guys that are doing Force Friday shopping, have fun, be safe, may the Force be with you. Catch you next time.